My name is Kristiani. I'm from A4. So right now I will explain about what is the difference between assessment and evaluation. So the first I will explain about assessment. So assessment is used to take a closer look at the progress of learners and collect information and evidence about their learning and teaching process. This includes engaging in ongoing dialogue to gather input and feedback from the learners and providing them with critical feedback that is helpful towards meeting the learning outcomes. In that sense, the primary purpose of assessment is to improve both the learner's learning as well as the facilitator of teaching. So, assessment is an ongoing systematic process of gathering information using established standards to make a determination about participants' learning or to inform the instruction. And the purpose of assessment is to improve the quality of learning. And next, I will explain about evaluation. So, evaluation is used to make a judgment or put a value to the learning and the achievement of the outcomes based on established criteria. Once we provide value to the learning, we can then make key decisions about providing inputs and feedback to improve performance or consider other steps such as providing additional inputs and resources to further enrich their learning. So evaluation is the process of judging or putting a value on a learning process using established criteria to identify the degree to which knowledge or skill has been gained and applied. The purpose of an evaluation is to judge the quality of learning. And next, I will explain about how I assess my students, especially use formative assessment. So first, I will explain what is the formative assessment and what is the purpose of formative assessment. So the purpose of formative assessment is to monitor the student learning to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by instructor to improve their learning. More specifically, formative assessment helping students to identify their strength and the weakness and target areas to improvement. Formative assessment, the process of collecting data regarding the process of student in mastering competencies, interpreting data, and deciding on effective learning activities for students in order to master or competencies optimally. For example, assignment, project, presentations, and quizzes. Okay, so right now I will give the example of teach with formative assessment, and I Octavia Kristiani with as a teacher, and this is my sister as a student. So right now I will teacher use formative assessment. Okay, good morning. Yeah, so right now we will learn about tenses, and there are so many tenses. And in the last week, we have to learn about simple present tenses. Do you remember about simple present tenses?
No.
No, okay. I will explain again about the simple present tenses. Okay, so the simple present simple used to express the general statement, facts and habits. For example, like I work on Tuesday. And so today we will learn about past tenses. So there are so many past tenses like past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So I will explain to you about the past simple first, okay? So past simple used in the past or the finished action. For example, like I worked abroad last summer, and past continuous used to a continuing action at some point in the past, and past perfect used to express past action that happened before another past action or time. And the last is past perfect continuous. I had been working to express past action that continue to a past point in the time. Do you get it?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, example from the past simple is I worked abroad last summer and I was working at 2 p.m. yesterday. That's a past continuous. And next is past perfect. The example like I had worked there for 2 years before I got promotion. And the last is past perfect continuous. I had been working for 2 years before I finally got my promotion. Okay, so the formula of past simple is subject plus verb to, okay, for past simple. And for past continuous, the formula is subject plus was or were plus verb in, okay. And for the past perfect, the formula is subject plus had plus past participle, and the last is the formula of past perfect continuous, that is subject plus had been plus verb in. So I have explained to you about the past tenses, right?
Right.
So I will use the quiz for her and to make sure if she understand about the explanation before, and after that I will have a plan about the future about our lesson. Okay, so right now I have the paper, and after the paper I will divide it into some pieces and I will give the question to her.
What is?
And after that I will give this paper to ST, to my students, like this. And after that I will ask some question, and after that you write the answer in the paper, okay?
Okay.
So what is the formula about past perfect? Okay, you can answer in the paper. Okay, this is okay, thank you. And next is the example of past perfect continuous. Okay,
This is.
yeah. And after that is when we use past simple. Okay, my students have finished the question, and after that I will check her answer. So the first question, that's right, and second paper, that's also right, and the last paper is right. So from this quiz, I finally know if my students understand what I explain, and this is the one of example of formative assessment. And thank you.
Bye.
So that's my explanation about what's the difference between assessment and evaluation, and how do I assess my students with formative assessment? And thank you.